Scimagica Exploring Science and Parascience Topics presents Beyond Coincidence. It's April 14, 1865, and U.S. President Abraham Lincoln is watching a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. It was nearly the end of the American Civil War, and John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate supporter, wanted to kill Lincoln as part of a conspiracy to revive the Confederate cause. Booth would go on to assassinate Lincoln, though the Confederate cause would of course not succeed. But there is an odd coincidence connected to this incident. Booth's brother, Edwin Booth, had earlier saved Abe Lincoln's son, Robert, from nearly being crushed by a train after falling from a platform. This was in about 1863 or 64. In addition, Edwin was actually traveling with John T. Ford, the owner of the theater where Abe Lincoln would later be assassinated. All pure coincidence, of course? Of course, science accepts coincidence. It's basically just a statistical chance. Chance events happen all the time. People win national lotteries despite odds being millions to 1 against. All events have a statistical possibility. So, let's take a look at another coincidence. This coincidence involves the great actor, Anthony Hopkins. In 1974, Hopkins had been cast to play a part in a film based on George Pfeiffer's book, The Girl from Petrovka. Hopkins visited numerous bookshops in London to find a copy of the book, but without success. Later, on his way home at London's Leicester Square tube station, he noticed a book laying on a bench. The book was The Girl from Petrovka. Surely just a coincidence? But as Hopkins paged through the book, he noticed notes in the margins and underlines, usually the mark of someone intensely studying a book. And indeed, an author had made these notes. The author was none other than the author of the book, George Pfeiffer. Coincidence has also played a major part in scientific discovery and invention. Whilst scientists and technicians can work laboriously for years developing new theorems, ideas, and even products, a chance event can in some cases totally alter the course of history. These fortunate events are usually known as serendipity. Serendipity has played a part in many discoveries. In fact, there are a surprising number of times when coincidence and chance events have played a vital role in scientific progress. One such event happened in the 1950s when two biologists, Francis Crick and James Watson, were studying the structure of DNA, also known as the genetic code. They had tried to discover the structure for some time without success when James Watson saw an X-ray diffraction pattern created by Rosalind Franklin, who was also studying DNA. In 1953, with the help of this serendipitous event, Crick and Watson managed to crack the DNA structure, which is the well-known double helix structure we now know to be the universal genetic structure of living organisms. This is one of many instances when the course of history was changed through coincidence. And another coincidental and serendipitous event was connected with this story, and that is the discovery of X-rays themselves just over half a century previously. This event occurred in 1895 when physicist Wilhelm Röntgen, working at the University of Würzburg in Germany studying cathode rays in what was known as a Crookes tube, noticed something odd. Although he had tried to shield the tube, some form of invisible ray had escaped the tube and caused a screen to glow many feet away across the room. The rays could also pass through human tissue and then create an image on a photographic plate. Röntgen named these new rays X-rays, as they were then unknown. Serendipity had played a part in finding a type of radiation which is now commonly used in medicine and physics. So perhaps coincidence is not always purely about chance events. Perhaps in some cases, events can have a meaningful connection. Let's take a look at the work of Swiss psychiatrist Carl Gustav Jung in the early part of the 20th century. Whilst treating a patient, the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung was told by the patient about a dream involving being given some gold jewelry in the shape of a scarab beetle. Just at that moment, Jung heard a tapping on the consulting room window. Jung opened the window and a scarabaeid beetle flew in, which he caught. Giving the patient the beetle then led to the patient feeling more at peace with their condition, according to Jung. Jung himself, startled by this event and other similar happenings, led Jung to formulate his ideas on synchronicity. The term simply means the connection of two events in a meaningful way, i.e. a meaningful coincidence. Jung connected synchronistic events with the internal psyche, but it's possible that there could be a link between two external events which are then merely observed by an onlooker. Synchronistic events can occur almost instantly or can be spread over significant time periods. Many people experience different levels of synchronicity through their lifetime, which, like Jung found, may cause a sense of awe. So it may well be that sometimes events can occur that are quite simply beyond coincidence. Thanks for watching Beyond Coincidence. Please like and subscribe to Scimagica and help the channel to grow. You may also like to check out some of our shorts, there are well over 30 to choose from. There's an interesting mix of videos. Categories include general science, mathematics, parascience and also consciousness. Scimagica often explores these topics from a different angle which you may find fascinating. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. The Scimagica channel, a channel exploring science and parascience.